Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, back with actually a top 10 video. Today I decided I would do a top 10 Star Wars The Black Series figures of 2025 so far. I don't always do countdown videos for Black Series specifically halfway through the year. I always do like an overall figures, but don't usually do Black Series. But we've honestly got quite a few Black Series releases so far, and I've gotten a lot of them. So I figured, why not? We'll do a halfway point for top 10 and then see how the list shakes up at the end of the year, which I know the list will shake up a bit. There's still a lot of really great stuff that has yet to come out. But starting off in front here is just some honorable mention stuff, just to give you an idea of stuff that's come out and whatnot that I liked for the most part. Like the Dig and Jira, really cool figure. He almost made the list. Great articulation, looks fantastic. Just a little lame. You have to get a 2-pack version if you want to have the Force arm, but otherwise really great. The Moff Gideon Dark Trooper armor. I've actually seen a lot of people shit on this figure. I think it's really good. I don't know if I'm just out of touch or what, but I think they did a really good job here. Like the only major issue is like a thigh swivel would have been really nice for the articulation. But aside from that, I think it looks really good. The head sculpt and face print is a lot more accurate to Giancarlo's likeness. It has a one-up on the vintage collection with having a removable helmet and having the Giancarlo head sculpt. I think the softgoods cape is fine. I know it sits kind of weird at the top, but you know, I think otherwise it's pretty decent for the line. Comes with a really good amount of accessories for a standard release. Yeah, I don't really get the hate for this one. I think it's pretty good. Commander Bakara, who was kind of a letdown, no weathering, makes him look kind of plain. A lot of people got wonky helmets. I got kind of lucky with mine, but even still, it could have looked a bit better, but I still am happy to have a Commander Bakara. I don't actually have any of them. I don't have any of the old 3 3/4 inch ones. So I'm still happy to have that. Kalnaka, just a solid deluxe release, I think. My least favorite deluxe release of the year, which is why he's not on the list, but I think he's still cool. The Elite Praetorian Guard, very cool actually. They do have some pretty old reuse in the legs, which I'm pretty sure are reused from the old Praetorian, First Order Praetorian Guard, but the rest I think is all new. Good accessories, good paint, great articulation. I got 3 of them to have the full set of 3 to be around Gideon, and I really like this figure a lot too, but didn't quite make the list. I wish it was a bit of a deeper shade of red. And then the Commando droid, again, super cool to get this. It rounds out the Separatist droids in the line pretty nicely. Looks good. It's just the articulation is just not nearly as good as and I think many expected it to be. I know it's difficult with this design, but I think Hasbro still could have done a little more here. The articulation is pretty disappointing on this one. But that's pretty much it for honorable mentions. So let's get on to the actual top 10. So at number 1 is kind of a surprise in the sense that earlier in the year I thought this figure would be a lot higher. It just goes to show how strong of a year it's been for Black Series so far, because I just cannot fit enough things on the list. And maybe his slot will change at some point, but not. Number 10, I do have the Star Wars, the Black Series, the Shadows of the Empire, Prince Xizor. Pretty crazy that we got a Prince Xizor, a new Prince Xizor in 2025. The last one being 3 3/4 inch from like 2007 or something like that. Almost 20 years. Very, very well executed figure. The sculpted and painted detail is fantastic. The head sculpt and the face print looks really, really good. I love the one hand that's sculpted to be a bit more gesture. He's got his staff that looks great. I love the sculpted detail of his robes, and the soft goods portions at the elbows here work really well. Articulation's pretty good. As far as I know, he's 100% new sculpt. My only real downside and why he's not higher on the list is just a character that's not like the funnest figure, I guess. It's not a figure I've had myself posing and taking a bunch of photos of and all that jazz very much, because at the end of the day, it's a character that just kind of stands there. Obviously, the plastic kind of limits some articulation as well, and I'm not complaining. It's a character I don't need to do a bunch of crazy poses, but just compared to other figures that released, he just wasn't as fun as the others, but it's a really, really solid one, and definitely one of my favorites. And at number 9, again, showing just how difficult this list was to make, because how solid this year was, is Jedi Master Luminara Unduli. Fantastic figure. The articulation is really well done. As you can see, I got a really great natural looking 2-handed pose here. The sculpt and painted detail is great. The soft goods work well. Even the headdress was done pretty nicely. It's a soft enough plastic where the head articulation is still limited, but you can still pose and turn the head pretty well and have it not look terrible. So that's awesome. She's just 9 because there's one other Jedi release I like just a little more. But she's great at number 9 if she wants to stand. And at number 8, the aforementioned other Jedi is Shaak Ti, who was also released this year. I prefer Shaak Ti a little more, even though I will say I think Luminara poses a little better, but I just find Shaak Ti is a bit more interesting looking of a figure on the shelf and still is comparable in articulation. Again, they've been really killing it with the prequel Jedi the past year, 2 years, and Shaak Ti is just another really great addition. At number 7 is a more recent release, and it is Merrin from Jedi Survivor. I absolutely love the games. Merrin's a really cool character from those games. I'm really glad we're getting more unique characters of like the crew and whatnot from those games instead of just different trooper and droid variants. And I think they did an excellent job of Merrin. She looks fantastic. The likeness, I think, looks really great. The paint and sculpt detail in general is fantastic. Articulation's really good and very smooth. And great accessories. She's got the spear. She's got the little knife dagger that you can store on her back, on the back of her belt. And the really cool Night Sister magic effect is a very cool addition as well. Yeah, I was really impressed with this one. And number 6 is actually a 2-pack that really surprised me. That was I think it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It is the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack with Boushh Leia and the Imperial Guard disguise Luke Skywalker. The Boushh Leia is fine. I actually didn't own any of the previous versions, so it wasn't quite as painful to buy this 2-pack for me. And it also actually has a really good Leia Carrie Fisher likeness. It's a new head sculpt and face print that I think is maybe the best one they've done for Carrie Fisher. But the real star of the show for this set is definitely the Luke Skywalker. There's actually a lot of new tooling on this figure that I was not expecting. It looks fantastic. I absolutely love the design of this armor. The articulation's fantastic as well. Accessories are good with the taser staff weapon and the removable helmet with, I think, one of the better Mark Hamill head sculpts and likenesses that they've used in the Black Series. This is reused. I just can't remember where it's from. Maybe the last Command 4-pack. I don't recall. But yeah, I just absolutely love this one. It's just super fun to pose and just mess with and looks great. I love the design of this figure. So these 2-pack, mainly for that figure, is number 6. And getting to the top 5 with number 5, it is a 2-pack, and it is the Star Wars Celebration Japan exclusive / Pulse / Amazon exclusive. The Ronin and R5 D56 2-pack from Star Wars Visions. I really like the episode these characters come from. Visions, I think, is a cool concept that I'm glad they continue to keep putting stuff out for. And this is a really cool set. Very unique because, one, you have the monochromatic, the black and white deco for the figures. The Ronin figure especially is doing some interesting things with the articulation, but also is the first Black Series figure to have a wired soft goods robe, which is really nice robe too. It's really strong wires. You can do a lot of really great dynamic posing. He's got the cool lightsaber that you can actually slide into the sheath there, which is super dope. R5 comes with a bunch of accessories. A little expensive, but it is a really, really solid set. So I know for a lot of people this will probably be a little higher on their list. There are just some characters that got figures I cared about more this year. Otherwise, this probably would be a little higher. But they are number 5, and I'll put them over here. And at number 4 is one that really, again, kind of impressed me more than I expected to, even though it's a lot of reuse. It is the Ahsoka Season 1, Phase 1 Captain Rex, as he appeared in those World Between Worlds sequences. It's also just a Clone Wars Phase 1 Rex. I actually don't own a Phase 1 Captain Rex in my collection in any other scale. So this is the first one. So that in itself makes it pretty cool for me. But I think just also, it's just really well done. The figure, this look design just works really well on the new 3.0 body. The helmet looks, I think, pretty much perfect. The paint apps are pretty well done and applied. The new pauldron piece is great. The new Kama piece is really good too. He's got his pistols. You can take the helmet off, and he's got a pretty good Rex likeness, although I don't think it's quite as good as the old Phase 2 one. But, excuse me, still pretty good. Articulation's great and smooth, and it just looks super clean. I just really like how this one looks. So, this one's great, and I think definitely deserves to be on the list, at least for me. So at number 3 is actually a figure I almost completely forgot released this year because it came out pretty early in the year. It's another clone trooper though, and it is Clone Commander Cody from the Revenge of the Sith 25th anniversary. I think it's 25th or 20th anniversary. I think, yeah, 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith figure. And yeah, I forgot kind of this came out this year, to be honest, because I've had it for so long. But I decided to beat it out over Rex because this does a lot more. I didn't need. Oh, I definitely wanted a Phase 1 Rex. But Commander Cody really needed an upgrade. His old Black Series figure is arguably one of the worst clone trooper figures they ever made. Granted, it's also one of the first ones they did, but still. So I'm happy to be rid of that and have this brand new one on the new 3.0 body. It looks fantastic. Great paint apps. A lot better looking proportions and helmets. You have the removable helmet, which for the most part, a good head sculpt underneath. He is missing the scar, which I think is kind of disappointing there, but I do display mine with the helmet on, so it doesn't matter too much. Accessories are good with the blaster, and he comes with a little Darth Sidious hologram, which looks really great. Yeah, just a really worthy upgrade to that old, pretty terrible figure. At number 2, we have actually my most recent Black Series pickup. Funny enough, it's just a super impressive figure. I did recently do a review on it. It is the Deluxe SM33. I think this is one of Hasbro's absolute best Black Series Deluxe figures. They really went all out for this character. He has all new sculpting, which they're probably not going to get any reuse out of. I can't imagine how they would. Fantastically painted with a bunch of weathering on him. Fantastic articulation, really well articulated. I'm super impressed. I do have the stand on him, but you can actually super impressed at how easy it is to get him to stand with the peg leg and not have to use the stand. But even so, a great array of accessories with the stand. He comes with the swappable forearm pieces for the shields, and you even get the little removable space mouse thing that hides in his head, which is a super fun feature that I wasn't really expecting. I figured they'd do a sculpted detail or whatever, but the fact that it's a tiny removable piece so you can actually alternate which look you want is awesome. And the fact that it has fully transformable itself with the telescoping limbs and torso without making it a bunch of separate pieces and making you have to swap pieces out, so then you have to miss out on accessories. They actually built in the engineering to just make him extend on his own like he did in the show, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love that. And it's also my favorite character from the show, and I think they just did such a good job on this figure. Really well done. So at number 1, it is another deluxe release. Probably not too hard to figure it out. I would say SM33 is objectively the best deluxe Black Series of the year, but this one's still close and is my personal favorite because I like the character more, and I've wanted Hasbro to make a new figure of this guy for a long time. It is, of course, the Deluxe Savage Opress from the Clone Wars. Again, I think they really nailed this one for the most part. It's got all the modern articulation. It articulates smoothly and very well. He's big. He's taller than most other Black Series figures. Has nice, decent heft to him. Fantastic paint with a ton of weathering detailing on the armor. Soft goods lower tunic for added articulation. Pretty good array of accessories. You get the double blade lightsaber and the big spear axe thing that actually is painted, which is awesome. The hilt of this lightsaber is painted as well, which is great. If I could nitpick, it would have been nice to have an interchangeable left forearm as well as interchangeable head sculpt, so you could have his look from later on in the series. And then the biggest complaint is that the lightsaber hilt should have been painted silver and not just cast in this flat gray and then not painted, because I don't like how that looks. It doesn't look very good, especially when most other lightsaber hilts are painted silver. But aside from that, I am super happy that this guy exists. He is super awesome. And so far, he is my number 1. And this is so far my top 10, which I think it's been a super solid year for Black Series so far. But like I said, there's a lot more great things to come out. Luminar Luminara's Apprentice Barasophy is coming out this year, which looks good. The Temple Guards are coming out, which is really great. I think they're projecting the release dates has The Stranger was recently announced from the Acolyte, and he's I think supposed to release this year, and I'm really excited for that. He's probably gonna make my list, and of course the uh, exclusive set with the duel on Mustafar with the new Anakin and Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. I'm hoping to get that set, and I wouldn't if I do get that set, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being my number one of the year for Black Series, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. What have been your guys' favorites Black Series releases of the year been so far? It'd be interesting to hear. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. May the Force be with you.